Welcome back to Jump Scare. I'm Betty B. Dudley.
And I'm Shad Youngblood.
This week, we decided to watch another Amazon Prime film. We did watch it on Amazon Prime, right?
Yes, we did.
And it was called The Mutant from 1984.
From the depths of the earth, through the shrouded mist, it is coming, the final phase of an accident of nature.
Nothing human could have this in its veins and live.
It is unexplainable, unbelievable, and uncontrollable. You can't see it in the darkness or hear it in the silence, but you can feel its presence and sense the danger. Mutant.
Don't go out there.
Its time has come. Mutant. Any one of us could be one of them. There is no place left to run. Nowhere left to hide. And there is no escape.
We're gonna get out of here, you understand me? We're gonna get out.
Mankind's deadliest threat would not come from the skies. Mutant.
So, let's just first start off with saying that as I was sitting there watching the opening to the film, I was insanely shocked to see. I went in blind. I didn't look at who the cast was or anything like that. I think I was completely taken back by the fact that Lee Montgomery, who, if you are a girls just want to have fun fan, is in this film. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. I already love the movie because I think that he's super hot. He knows how to dance. And when you're like watching Sarah Jessica Parker and him dance all around town, like I love that film. Like
That
I
movie
even
comes
have
up a lot on this podcast.
Yeah. Does it? Do I speak up? It's because it's one of my favorite movies. I love dance films. It's one of my favorite. I own the actual like soundtrack on vinyl to this film. And I dance around like I'm actually part of the show that's in the movie. So yeah, he's in the movie. And who else is in the movie, Shad?
Who else is in the movie? Well, we've got one of the great 80s crazy men, Wings Hauser.
Wings Hauser. First of all,
just the name. Your name is Wings Hauser.
Can there just be a place that sells wings that's called Wings Hauser? Why isn't this a
Wings
fucking
Hauser
thing?
House.
Yes, Wings Hauser's house.
Yeah.
Where it's set up like with matching curtains and matching couches, as we will discuss later on in the podcast, and delicious wings. And maybe everyone's wearing like a crazy Wing Hauser wig. I don't know.
His name reminds me of in that one of the John Dies at the End books. They have a character that they call throughout the whole book. They call him Lance Falconer, and at the end of the book, the guy says, "Oh yeah, and change my name. Give me something cool, something like Lance Falconer, but not that stupid." Wow. They're like, Lance Falconer it is. So it seems like that kind of name where they made it up to please him.
Yeah, let's just.
Oh, and we have another cast member to talk about. Let's not forget
we do.
that a few episodes back we covered a movie called Sweet 16, where they had the sheriff in town was like the sexist asshole that was like, he goes to the crime lab and tells the scientist in charge of the crime lab, make me a sandwich while I'm looking at these results. The sheriff from that movie, Bo Hopkins is his name, right?
I believe his name is Bo Hopkins. Yes.
He's back in this one playing what could essentially be the same character as in that movie. He's walking around looking like he's asleep with the sunglasses on, just going, yeah, boy, you in trouble.
Yeah, and let's also say that in this film, he's drinking what I thought was going to be like bourbon or whiskey. Obviously, I have no knowledge on what kind of drink. It was a brown drink. But it was...
Wild turkey.
Yeah, pointed out. Wild turkey. And this is what he's doing in the film as he's driving around.
He's the sheriff, and he keeps a bottle of wild turkey in the glove box, so you know this town sucks.
And he fucking needed it, because let me tell you, the things that's happening in this town, still don't know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on in the movie. The movie is all over the place. So
to start it off, you got Wings Hauser and Lee Montgomery driving around in their convertible Camaro, and Wings Hauser decides it's a good idea to just take his hands off the wheel, close his eyes, and let the car drift across the road. And, you know, as will happen with that sort of thing, he almost runs into a truck full of rednecks. The rednecks turn around and are understandably upset about this, so they start trying to smash into the car, throwing beer bottles at him. It gets ugly quick, as it always does when you run into rednecks. And their car goes off the road, crashes into a little stream, and in true Doc Hollywood style, they've got to hang out in the redneck town until their car's fixed. But this town has a dark secret. A dark secret that only came into light the minute these two brothers stepped into town. Yeah. Let's just say that, because no one knows what's going on in the town until they arrive. Yeah, everyone had been like, oh, everyone's out with the flu. The entire school was gone except for one kid who showed up. Why would you show up? If I walk up to my school and there's no one there, not even the teachers are there, I'm not going in that day. He was a good fucking student, He was like, you know what? I'm getting my gold star today. I don't care. Well, I guess after his traumatic experience in Close Encounters, he just wanted to get going. Because the kid that shows up for school that day is the little boy from Close Encounters. Yeah, well, didn't he also have a drunken, crazy father? I don't Was he drunken? I have very little recollection of this movie. I don't think they mentioned the father in that movie at all. For him, he was just the kid that got kidnapped. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, so there you go. He got kidnapped, and he ended up in this town where he went to school, and there was no one there. Yeah. So the town has a chemical plant, which they make mention of a few times. And apparently they're dumping some sort of chemical into the ground that's causing all of the townspeople to turn into zombie vampires. Zombie vampires that suck your life or blood through their split, oozing pus hands. Yes, and it burns you. Yes. It causes a burning. Well, because, it's chemicals that are oozing out of these people. So, of course, there's going to be a burning sensation. Alert, it's not chlamydia. It's whatever the hell disease you get from... It's chemical plant-itis. Yeah, it's... They don't really give it a name. 49605 chemical or whatever it is. They don't really explain what it is. They don't explain a lot in the movie, to be honest. Yeah, this just happens. It's just like, this is what's happening. There's a chemical plant where like everyone's getting sick and turning into like really bad makeup vampires. It looks like whoever did like what's that freaking movie, the Carnival one, Carnival of Souls. Yeah, Carnival of Souls makeup. That's literally what it was. Carnival of Souls makeup, but their hands split open and they have like, dollar store yellow slime coming out of it. It was pretty nasty, I have to say. Yeah, and then also totally ridiculous in the whole. And I love this town. Like, you go into this town and they walk into the bar in town, and I've never seen that many Confederate flags in one place in my life. They had like, and that's saying a lot because you're from Missouri. Yeah, the walls are just covered in Confederate flags. And I feel like if you walk in there and you're like a city guy who's got like a permanent and your hair is like down past your collar, you just turn around and leave. You don't hang around in that bar because nothing good's going to happen to you there. Yeah, nothing good happens to these guys. It's a bad time from the beginning of the movie until the end of the movie for both of them, and also for the people watching the movie. I'm just kidding. Now, we're going to go out on a limb here and say that this movie had a few sponsors because everyone in the movie drinks RC Cola. Yes, and that is exactly what we happen to be drinking right now. Yep, and there are RC Cola posters up everywhere. There are clocks. I didn't even know RC made a clock, but it's an RC Cola clock hanging up on the wall of the gas station. So they put some money into this. And there's another sponsor, too. Dramamine.
It's everywhere. I've never seen a poster that large for. I thought the movie was gonna be like they were putting Dramamine in the water supply, even though it's like for oozy, like when you travel.
Yeah, it's like motion sickness.
Yeah, motion sickness medicine.
But yeah, literally in one scene, the doctor's in a room doing an autopsy. In the autopsy room, there's a giant poster for Dramamine.
Because, when you're dead, you're going to need to travel to heaven or hell, and you may need some fucking Dramamine.
And then outside the autopsy room, through a doorway that you can see while she's in there, you see the other Dramamine poster. Because they want to get you the double shot of Dramamine in this one, apparently.
Yeah, not to, stray away from this amazing sponsor of Dramamine and RC Cola. I've watched this movie for too long. I'm already talking weird. Let's mention the fact that this movie is called Mutant, and there was nothing mutant about it. And then,
well, I guess technically the people did get the chemicals and mutate into these vampire, zombie, rednecks, whatever.
And then this movie's also known by Night Shadows.
Which is a way cooler title than the movie deserves.
Yeah, Night Shadows, I think, was the original name of the movie. And then when it went to VHS, they put the title Mutant on it.
I've seen some of the boxes, too, where some of the boxes have, giant fangs looking over the city. Some of them, it's just like a shot of the city on the box, like a creepy town. But some of the boxes, they put a giant set of fangs looking down over it, so that you're like, oh, okay, there's be some kind of mutants or monsters with fangs in there. No, they're not. They all have orifices on their palms that they suck people's blood out of, kinda, sort of. But it's really not clear what they're doing, because some of the people survive it, some of them get turned. I don't know. I couldn't tell how you got turned, how you became it, why some people got infected, some people didn't. It was very odd.
Yeah, they didn't explain anything that was happening in the film. You're just along for the ride and hoping, that Lee Montgomery doesn't die. But spoiler alert.
He's the first to die.
He dies. And I was very sad by that. But he wasn't, before this, he was in Burnt Offerings with Bette Davis, another horror flick. And what did I mention that something important he was in before this? I can't really remember. But Girls Just Want to Have Fun came out the following year. It came out in 85.
Yeah.
So I was really sad to see him go. But, this, I feel like maybe Wings Hauser was this is a Wings Hauser production. So I'm the only good-looking guy that could be in this
we can't
movie.
have more than one good-looking guy in this. We got to get to... And look, this hair sells the movie right here.
Yeah, and then there's the country girl.
Oh, yeah, she just screamed country girl, didn't she?
Yeah, she sure did. All her outfits were fantastical. She looked like country Barbie. If there was a Barbie at any point that was a country girl, she would have been the model for this. Her fucking wavy ponytail bouncing all around. Her, 000 waist. She was very tiny and very bouncy, and she's the pretty girl in town that everyone wants to have sex with.
She was the only girl in town that I could see besides the doctor.
Yeah, actually, she was the only girl in town, because everyone else is turned into a mutant vampire.
Oh no, there was the one redneck girl that was in the car with him, but she was probably their sister, and they probably had. This is a classy town. They don't have sex with their sisters in this town. Yeah,
we never see her again. Actually,
we
see the brother, the one of the main guy that's driving many times, because he's the arch nemesis. While the shit is going down in this town, and they're trying to get away / find the brother / try to figure out what's going on. There's a lot of subplots in the film. He is the guy that's you know what? The town's going to shit, but I have this enemy that's this fucking city boy, and I'm just gonna go after him every fucking corner. I'm gonna have to try to fight, pick a fight with him.
I'm gonna pick a fight with him and call him boy a lot. Boy, you in trouble now, boy.
Yeah, there was a
lot. Boy, I'm gonna whoop your ass, boy.
There was a lot of boy going on. There was a lot of boy. He gets his. He surely does. Very, he tries to rape the Barbie girl.
In the middle of, like, an attack by all the zombie vampires. They're surrounded. They're everywhere. And he's like, oh, I got plans for you, girl. I mean, I'm going to get out of here, but first, I'm going to have to rape you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. You're way over the edge, Chief.
Yeah, I guess the overalls were tight. It was cutting the circulation to his brain. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have to say that the film has a very good scare. Or there's a scene that did really creep me the fuck out. What scene do you think that was, Shad?
Let's see. Was it the scene with the kids in the school?
Hess, yes. I was gonna say that was Hess is a heck yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's definitely the scene that scared the shit out of me, because there was like a whole bunch of children, and they all, they're wearing the Carnival Souls makeup, and she, the little boy from the beginning, the only one that went to school, he's still alive.
That'll teach him.
And yeah, he should have not gone to school that day. And she meets up with him in the school, and they go into the bathroom to try to get away from, the kids. Everyone else is infected and going after them. And yeah, he gets taken away from under the stall. She did not try really hard to save him. It was one of those scenes where it was just like, they were pulling his legs. She was grabbing on, like, she had him from the arms, and then she like let go and like put her arm out, was like, no, and she was too busy saying no with her hand out as opposed to trying to do anything. Because, they're literally coming from all corners, from like under the stall, over the stall. I mean, they're bombarded. She's bombarded in there with all those kids. The other kid, I mean, he gets eaten. It's very sad. And it was creepy AF. I was creeped out. There's something about kids, like
evil kids
that kind of just doesn't sit well with me. That was the scariest part of the film, I would have to say. There were plenty of jump scares in the movie. Let's see. There was the peeing jump scare.
Oh, yeah. Anytime somebody takes a pee in a horror movie, you know that something bad is going to happen to them.
Yeah, and something bad did happen. There was the grab you under the bed jump scare.
Yeah, that's why you should always put shit under your bed. Make sure no one can get under there.
Yeah, a whole bunch of shit, like pillows, comforters. Like, if you were to look under a bed right now, there's just gonna be like bags and bags of like comforters, because we have no closets in this house.
I was just gonna suggest bags of nails, because you don't want them to get down there. I mean, they might slither down there and be just like, oh, this is very comfortable to wait on while I wait to kill them.
I guess, but there's like no room down like under the bed, under our bed at all. But yeah, fine, bag of nails, you could put that shit down there. Dead kid jump scare.
Oh, yeah. Don't you hate it when you're just going down into the creepy basement of an elementary school and a dead kid in Carnival of Souls makeup falls out on you?
Yeah, it just rolls out from the ceiling on top of you, and then the best part was when the fucking asshole guy walks in and he's like, oh, you in trouble, caught you. What you doing with that little girl there? And
did you just kill that girl, son?
Yeah, and ...
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. He's like, look at her. And then, you look at her dead eyes, and she has like the black raccoon makeup.
The girl falls on Wings Hauser, never touches him with her hands. She's already dead. But then later he gets some bad stomach cramps, and they're like, oh, you must have been exposed to a chemical. Now, he didn't touch her any more than anyone else did in the movie, and they, like the coroner, no problem. Never had anything happen. The redneck guy that was trying to kill him, he stepped right over her body, and nothing happened to him. I don't know.
And then they don't even explain that at all. And then he has the injury throughout the whole movie until the end. And I thought he was gonna like transform into one of these things.
And they just wrap like a giant bandage. It looked like a diaper. They wrap it all around his waist and down like into like he's got to zip his pants back up because they wrapped it around there. Like, oh, okay, what kind of a bandage is this? It looks like a big depend they put on him.
Before he leaves to the hospital autopsy room or whatever, he's wearing the most fantastical, like, pink maroonish shirt that gets removed from his body when you see him again in the autopsy place, where he's obviously shirtless, Jeff Goldblum style, on top of the, like, gurney thing. And or the lab table. And then they miraculously give him like a plaid shirt, like a long sleeve plaid shirt.
She stopped and bought him another shirt because he didn't have any luggage with him.
Yeah, I don't know where they got this shirt from, but it is a country, it's a little town, so there's probably like plaid shirts galore everywhere. There's just like people just giving out plaid shirts out of cannons.
This shirt was pretty miraculous too, because later on, when he gets dropped off, he's going to sneak into the chemical plant. You see him walk like 3 steps from the car, and then he's literally soaked in sweat. Like he's got the sweat pits under there, like they go all the way to the waist. The back of the shirt is soaking wet. He takes a few more steps. Oh, the shirt miraculously dried itself in all the spots. A few more steps. Oh, sweat soaked again. So he had that mysterious, like, drying shirt, though, that sometimes would keep him dry, sometimes it wouldn't.
Yeah, the editing in the film was all fucked up. But you know what? We actually totally missed the most important person that's in the movie. Boom guy.
Oh, yes. The boom mic guy. I've never seen a movie where I'm more aware of the boom mic guy than this one. There's at least 4 scenes where you can just see either the mic dipping down into the screen or the shadow of the mic hanging over their head and moving from person to person. Even in the car door, you can just see the guy holding the boom mic over the police car at one point. You're like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah, very clearly in the window. And I think that is why the movie, they renamed it Mutant, because he is the mutant.
He might be.
Yeah.
We also forgot to mention a couple other things. One, when they go back to Country Girl's house, her name's not important. She has a magnificent couch that the upholstery on the couch matches the wallpaper.
This is obviously a thing because we saw this same thing in another film that we covered, which was the Mausoleum.
Yeah.
And same thing. This must have been an actual decor phenomenon where the couch matched the wallpaper.
It's like you could push the couch against the wall and then you couldn't find it.
Yeah, maybe that was a thing. Maybe you're like, oh wait, Auntie Bertha's coming over. Oh, she comes into the house. I just have nowhere to sit because literally it's camouflage within the wall. You don't see it. It's like there's nothing. There's
I'm just
no
wondering
furniture
if
in the room.
the production designers just had like a bunch of fabric and they were like, yeah, we need to cover up these holes in the walls, so put that up there. Oh, yeah, put it on the couch too because the couch is shitty. We'll just recover the couch real quick.
Yeah, I don't know how you can do. I guess there is wallpaper that is fabric. That's very expensive.
Well, no, I'm just saying it's like fabric they just stuck to the wall to pretend it's wallpaper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that makes more sense. Probably. I don't know. I'm trying to remember every other 70s or 80s movie or TV show if I've ever noticed or seen this to be a thing. But this is the second film where we have noticed the couch wall blending camouflage. We have to come up with a name for this phenomenon.
Couchaflage?
Couchaflage. Yes, we deemed it so this day.
Yeah. So yeah, the boom guy is a big part of this movie. I've never felt like I got to know the boom guy in a movie before, but I really felt like he was an important part of this movie because they made it a point to show him. Even in the wallpaper scene, you see like the mic slowly moving from Wings Hauser to Country Girl. And there it goes back again.
Yeah, he did a good job. I can hear them both very clearly.
I kept waiting for it to do like a Kentucky Fried Movie where the mic comes down and just starts shaving the guy on the set. Or it lights his cigarette at one point. The flame just pops out the end and he's like, oh, thanks. It just lights the cigarette off of it. I was waiting for that to happen at any moment.
That might be in the bloopers of the movie. We don't know.
Yeah. Back to some of the jump scares. Once they get past the peeing and the under the bed and that kind of stuff, it becomes a whole lot of zombie jumping out at you kind of jump scares. And I gotta say, the actors on this, there are actors at Halloween Horror Nights that put more effort into it than some of these guys did. It's just like you see the guy walking, like doing the Frankenstein walk with his arms out in front of him going,
There was a lot of Frankenstein walking. There was a lot of also tiptoeing. Did you notice the tiptoeing? Yeah. That mostly came from the women. I don't know if they were like, we need you to try to be like sexy vampire, like zombies. And they were like, tiptoeing like very sultry towards the thing. I don't know what was going on, but it was weird.
Yeah, and then you had like the people that were literally like, okay, and now on the count of 3, I want you to spring out from behind the corner and go "Rawr" at them. And that's exactly what happened. You're like, oh, shit. It was like a haunted house where it's kind of like it's an okay if you were going through the haunted house, but in the movie, you're like, that zombie was smiling when he jumped out from around the corner. He was really happy. He felt like he did a good job on that one.
He had, a good slime day. He touched a lot of people and sucked their blood. He was like high on and I'm sure a lot of people were drinking in the town, like wild turkey just thrown all over the place.
Oh yeah, I mean if the sheriff's drinking, then what chance does anybody else have?
Yeah, the kids were even drinking too. I'm sure they were just the Dramamine and wild turkey.
But hey, I love this town too because like not only is the country girl the teacher, she's also the waitress at the bar.
Yeah, she, it didn't pay a lot to be a teacher then, and it still doesn't pay till today.
Although back then, I love the gas sign where the gas was 59 cents a gallon.
Yeah, can we go back to that? I think that we should just go back to 59 cents a gallon.
Yeah, I love when you watch these older movies and you see the prices of things. And I remember when gas was 59 cents a gallon and people were bitching about it. Well, I remember when it used to be a quarter. Shut up. It's still 59 cents a gallon.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I remember when it was like 99 cents at like Key West one time. That's the last time I saw the price of. I don't even look at it. I just pump the gas.
Yeah, it doesn't do any good. You got to have it. So
yeah, it's like, okay, it cost me $9,000. That's fine. I just guess I'll just have to get another job at a bar.
Yeah, I'd start working as a waitress along with everybody else in that town.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna have to do. And who's gonna pay for all this RC cola and fucking Dramamine?
Yeah, you gotta have that. I wonder if they spike the RC with the Dramamine. They're like, hey, we'll just get everybody cure their motion sickness in this town. This town, you could put them all on a roller coaster after they just had like a steak dinner and no problem, no sickness at all.
Yeah, we give this movie, I'm gonna say, 2 stars.
Yeah.
2, I take that back. We have to do our rating, not basic rating. 2 knives. We give it 2 knives.
2 knives, and that's fair. I don't think you can go much higher than that. But
hell no. I'm being generous. I would say fucking 1, but 1 would be like Blood Rain. That would be 1. That's like a 0.5 knife. That's like just not even the tip of the handle.
That's just yeah, it's just the end of the handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, two knives on this one's fair. It's a fun movie to watch just because of the craziness of it, and just like trying to catch the boom guy, which after a while was just like, oh, he's not even trying anymore.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good drinking game. It's like let's take a shot every time we see the boom guy.
Yeah, you'd be a little messed up in this movie
for sure, especially if you're drinking that wild turkey.
Yeah. And
let's just say we would like to thank you for our non-sponsors who don't know that they're sponsors of this film, which is RC Cola, Royal Crown Cola, delicious and buzzy, and Dramamine. Please take it on any travel, especially if you're flying with Frontier or Spirit Airlines. And wild turkey. We wild down here.
All right, we will see you next week.
Thank you. Stay tuned to the horror.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.